My name is Ian Warner and I'm your host. And today we're going to be talking about the habit of taking initiative. Now, if there's one thing that I have learned and I have seen over and over and over again, when it comes to learning anything new, when it comes to trying to apply that information to your life, is that there is a huge difference between the successful people and the ones who are unsuccessful. And a lot of times, initiative is the difference. And here's what I mean. You can go to a seminar, you can go to a course, you can take an online course like Habit Mastery. You can start using different apps, you can read a new book, you can go to church, you can just take information from so many places, read a new article, whatever you want to say. Just talk with a mentor, get advice from somebody. And the difference is that some people take an initiative on what they've just learned, meaning they hear something and they go and do something about it. Here's a good example of what I'm talking about. Today, the church, the message was talking about reconciliation with brothers, meaning that we're supposed to be swift in our going out and coming to an agreement, or making sure that there's no tension, no strife between us and other people, right? We're not supposed to go and talk to other people about it and run our mouths about it and whatever. We're called to do something about it, to talk to that person directly and bring reconciliation between that situation. So hearing that message, immediately leaving it, I started working on some emails to people who I had issues with over the last 5 years. And I'm like, hey, look, let's settle this. Like, we don't have to be best friends, but let's do something about it. Here's why. Because that's what initiative is. Initiative is hearing something you know is good, you know is true, and doing something about it. I'm going to say it again. Initiative is hearing something, learning something that you know is good and you know is true, and then doing something about it. What most people do, they get this good information, they go, that sounds really good, that looks really good, that feels really good, but you know what I'm going to do? Maybe I'll do it next week. Maybe I'll do it the week after that. I haven't got a chance yet, I'm busy. And then before you know it, inspiration's gone. You forgot all about it. You're back to just living your life the exact same way. Successful people, they hear, they learn, and when they know it's true and they know it's good, they act. Now, if you hear something and you're not sure if it's true or you're not sure if it's good information, you need to dig in more, then yeah, dig in more. I'm not saying that everything you hear you should just act on immediately. No, that's craziness. But it's when you know it's good and you know it's true. When in your heart you know what you're learning, you need to take action on. You know it's going to improve your life, and yet you do nothing about it. You're constantly presented with opportunities to change, and you do nothing about it. It blows my mind. Like, people they'll come in, they'll pay for Habit Mastery. Like, I've had this happen before. I had someone pay for Habit Mastery, and I can see how many classes someone's gone through of it. And then they came to me after, and they're like, "Hey, it's not working." And I'm like, "You mean like the video's not playing? Like, that's weird. I haven't had that issue yet." They're like, "Oh no, like the video works fine, but it's not changing my life." And I looked at their account, and they'd watched one video. I'm like, "Oh, so you watched the intro video? You watched one, and you're telling me it's not changing your life?" Like, no, come on. How about you actually go through it and then take the information and do something about it? Do something. No one can do that part for you, you see? You can get as many books as you want. You can learn anything about anything you want to, right? We got information, like, because of Google and Amazon and Alexa, all these different things. We got information at our fingertips. We can get it like that, and we're doing nothing about it. You know how crazy that is? Like, think about what people had to do to get information 100 years ago. Think about when, if you wanted to learn something, you had to go to the library and try and find a book on it. If you want to learn something, you had to go travel who knows how far just to get the information and talk to the right person who knows about this stuff, right? We can get that at our fingertips. Bam, we got that information. And what do, we take it, we read it, we take it in, and we do nothing about it. That's not initiative. Like, initiative is what's going to change your life. It starts with actually hearing and doing it. It starts with you. It comes down to you. It doesn't come down to anybody else. It doesn't matter what anybody else is doing. What matters is what you do with the information that you get. So are you going to act? Or are you just going to sit there and like feel good because you're learning more? Because the purpose, even with this podcast, like if you just listen to us every day and you're like, oh, I'm just learning a lot of good stuff, but you're not taking initiative, stop listening. Like, I'm not, like, believe me when I say this, I don't do this because I just want a ton of people to listen to it so I can make money on the spot. Like, I don't care about that. I want to help change people's lives. I don't care if it's one person. I don't care if it's 100. I don't care what it is, right? But if I'm getting 25,000 downloads, we get 50,000, 100,000. I want to know we got these downloads and some lives are changing because of this right here. Because people are taking initiative. They're hearing something. They're doing something about it. They're hearing something and they're doing something about it. There's a direct connection between hearing, learning, knowing something's good and true, and doing something about it. There's power in that. And actually, matter of fact, that's where all the power lies. Because think about it. What do you get if you continue learning, hearing, getting amazing advice, but you never do anything about it? What are you? You're just a person who has a lot of information. You store up a lot of good stuff in your head, and you can probably regurgitate it back to people. You can probably give people a lot of good advice, but you're not seeing any fruit in your own life. And the reason you're not seeing that fruit in your own life is because you don't do nothing. You just stay the same, day in, day out. Years go come out the calendar and you're just the same. No, we gotta stop it. Change starts with what we do now. Change starts with what we do now. Take initiative. It will be the most powerful thing you do in your life. You see something that you need to go get, like, look, if you're loving this, jump in Habit Mastery. Course.thehabitstacker.com. Jump in. But then don't just go through the videos. Go through the videos and then actually do something. If you don't understand something, ask me. I'll help you. Let's actually take the initiative to do what we need to do to change our life. It will be the most impactful thing that you can possibly do.